5:08, the KRMG Evening News with Skylar Cooper. We are happy to continue in 2023, the BA Breakdown, where at this time every Tuesday, we check in live with the city manager of Broken Arrow, Michael Spurgeon, and we'll kick it off right now. Let's get going for 23. Michael, Happy New Year. How you doing?
Skylar, hello, my friend. Happy New Year to you and your family as well, and it's great to be with you and start off this year.
Well, I wanted to start with something that was kind of cool. I'm jealous of your productivity, honestly, because in 2023, I got to work today and I thought, okay, what do I need? Let me organize my desk, throw away some old papers. You've already filled an entire whiteboard. I saw your picture on Facebook of ideas and things that the city wants to do, I guess. Tell me about that. What is that whiteboard that you've got ideas on?
Well, for probably 3 decades now, one of the last things, and I've been able to do this just about every year. The last things I do each year is I clean off the board from the year that's ending, and I actually put the projects, initiatives, operational matters, economic development initiatives up on my board that are some of the key projects, initiatives, and programs that we're going to be pursuing in the coming year. And I've always decided that something I'm going to do, and with social media, I decided the last few years actually to show that and to post it, because there's so many great things happening in our community, and it is a lot, but it's just been number one, a tradition. But been in this business a while. I like to see self-actualization of the things that we're working on, and we celebrate whenever we complete a project or an initiative and cross it off. And it's just a reminder, with all the technology today, sometimes it's really good to come in and show your team things that we've accomplished for the residents and businesses of our community.
Well, I'll ask you to highlight some of the things that you're kind of focused on early here to start. But I'll ask you I'll start by asking you this, which is I kind of glanced through it myself and I saw a lot of road projects. And you and I talked about a bunch of road projects last year for Broken Arrow in 2022. Some of them are done. Some of them are still to come. So let's talk about the roads for a little bit. What are some of those projects that you think will be started and or finished this year?
Well, I have to tell you that I probably am most excited this year in the 7.5 years I've been here about what's going to be coming for our residents and businesses. I'm just super excited to announce that there are a number of roads that are very, very important. We hear a lot about. First is Houston, or 81st, from Garnett all the way to Aspen, which is a major collector east and west. Washington, from Olive to Aspen. Those are 2 east-west roads that we definitely need to get done. The voters approved those projects in the 2014 and 2018 bond packages, respectively. Those are going to be huge, and we're going to start construction of those sometime in 2023. And then there's also some roads in the north part of our community, as we're going to be doing a road on County Line from 51st to 61st. So we're going to be replacing a bridge, which is a very, very big project for that part of our community. And then we also have a major project in front of our high school, which is Albany between Lynn Lane and County Line Road. So these are 4 or 5 just huge projects that we need to get done. And I commend Ethan Edwards and his team in engineering construction for getting the plans and specs and right-of-ways and the relocation of utilities. So still working on the timing, but I couldn't be more excited about all the roads that we're going to be doing this year.
Should mention this, too. While we're on with Michael Spurgeon every Tuesday live right here on the KRMG Evening News, you can call and ask a question. We just use the open mic feature on the KRMG app. We're happy to pass on questions like that. So let's talk more about what's on your whiteboard. That was the roads. What are some other things that Broken Arrow citizens can look forward to this year?
Well, there's several I wanted to mention. First is that in February, on Valentine's Day, we're going to ask the voters working with PSO to consider renewing their electrical franchise. And this is probably one of the biggest initiatives that we have this year, because having reliable, affordable power is extremely important, considering how much electricity affects us each and every day. And so I am very excited about the franchise agreement that we've negotiated. And I know that PSO will be actually doing a lot of public education, and Aaron McCulloch and our communication team will be doing public education probably starting the middle of this month, and in hopes of educating the voters on the importance of renewing that franchise. That's a really big deal. We also have some recommendations to update our model for how we provide services to our seniors at our senior center. And I think the city's going to be more involved with personnel and some of the programming this year. So we're super excited there. And then probably the last thing that I know it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to implement a pilot program for microtransit to improve the way we can provide public transit to our community. And so those are the board is full of different projects and initiatives. But if I had to pick a few, those are the ones that did come to mind right off the top of my head.
Well, it's cool that you're so organized and on top of it. So I know we're going to get to a bunch of those here in 2023.
Yes.
As we continue. So I won't spoil any rest of them. We'll move on from that because I know we're going to get to them at some point. I do want to ask you, though, I saw a post on the City of Broken Arrow Facebook page, and I thought this would be a good thing to tell people about, because if they ever want to call on the open mic and ask you a question, or people want to complain about something they heard, or they want to celebrate something they heard, whatever it may be, the city welcomes people who live in Broken Arrow getting in touch. And there's several ways they can do that. And this post was just sort of highlighting a way to be engaged in the community. Why do you think it's important for people who live in BA to follow what the city is doing and staying in touch?
Well, first and foremost, I think it creates trust. By putting that post on there, I mean, it shows the residents that I'm not concerned about them knowing what we're working on. I mean, we have a great communications director, Aaron McCulloch, and his team. The city council is extremely active. We try to be the most transparent community in the state of Oklahoma and one in the country. And by doing that, by telling people what you're doing, whether it's on Facebook or the other social media, Instagram, our website, our council meetings being televised, it's all about creating transparency and then actually telling our residents what we're planning on doing, and then doing it, then coming back and let them know that we did it. And that creates trust. And that's extremely important, that trust, when it comes to bond packages, when it comes to asking the community for support, whenever you're asking them to make decisions, or the things we do every single day. And so to me, it's always been my watchword is to try to let the residents know what's going on at City Hall. And I believe that Broken Arrows have the opportunity to know what's happening. And that post was really just a way to say, here's what we're planning on working on. And I'll be providing updates on contracts that we award. Aaron and his team will be doing videos. And so here's what we said we're going to do. We're going to show you that we did it. Then we'll come back and let you know that it was done, because trust is so important. Without it, you cannot move a community forward.
All right, Michael, I've got to let you go here, but I have one final quick question. Are we close to knowing who else is going to be in that new development with Reesers down there on the creek in Aspen?
I am hoping that I'll be able to make some announcements at the end of this month. We are trying to work out a press conference with the Reesers folks and the developer, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I should be able to give you a date.
Sounds great. Michael Spurgeon, Broken Arrow City Manager, the BA Breakdown here on KRMG. Have a great day.
You too, Skylar. Take care.